Hi guys, nice to see you. We are here with the LGBTQ plus and Twin Flames live discussion that we have every week in the Twin Flames Universe Open Forum. My name is Ray.
I'm Anastasia.
And we're Twin Flames in Harmonious Union. We also have Kieran and Stephanie, Twin Flames in Harmonious Union. Sage and Isaiah, Twin Flames in Harmonious Union down there as well. We have Renato. We have Charlie, Gabe, Drake, Madhu, and Casey. Welcome, guys. Awesome. So if you're watching, this is your first time watching, we're here to help heal some of the blocks that are in the collective consciousness regarding the LGBTQ community, as well as really bridging the gap and bridging the two communities, Twin Flames and LGBTQ plus, into one. So that's our goal here, and we are so happy to have you here. Yeah, and if you guys have any comments or questions or anything like that, please leave them below so we can answer them for you. So first thing to start us off, I know, Stasia, you had something you wanted to share regarding the healing that you've experienced on the journey. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so I think like a common upset that's coming up with like same-sex unions or just LGBTQ in general
Sure.
is like, how did I choose this? And so instead of like playing the victim mentality patterns of that, I just basically took responsibility and reflected on how I chose that. And like Ray and I were talking about it, and it's pretty much like, well, you and your twin flame chooses one. So we like played out this scenario. We're like, how did this work? And it was just kind of like, oh, Ray and I were, ready to incarnate or whatever, and called each other up on the astral phone or whatever. This is just like
Made up joke.
Yeah, it's just made up. And we were like, oh yeah, you should be in a woman's body. And I was like, okay, sure.
Sounds good. Why not? We'll try it.
We'll
give it a
do
try.
that. And so, but it came from this choice of separation to hide from God, and like I made that choice too. And even though it looks differently, I do remember like making that choice like to be separate from God, and that was pretty much all it was. So I just took responsibility for that, and went into all these places where I'm still hiding now, and just continue to love myself.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, like, it was the same thing for me, but, like, it was more obvious, right? Because, like, there was, like, some sort of physical action that I could take, right? Like, there was, like, I am in a female body, but, like, I'm a man, and so I'm gonna make this new choice, and through, like, the physical action as well, like, there's some sort of, like, deeper understanding, like, okay, it makes sense. And, like, I remember feeling almost, like, guilty as, like, Anastasia's twin flame, being like, am I the one that made this choice? Did I do this all by myself? Like, and one of the things that, like, we really talked about was, like, that's not possible. You choose as one with your twin flame, right? And, we talked about this, like, concept of, like, separation and, like, hiding. And, like, for me, like, we just, like, kept having these same core upsets. And, speak up if you have these upsets, too, that you want to work through. But it was, like, abandonment was a big one for me that we went through. Hiding from God, like, feeling like it was safer to just not be myself. Because it looked better to be something other than myself. because I was looking outside of myself for validation, for love. And yeah, like the one other thing I would say is just, overall, just like separation from God, which is essentially what we've all made a choice of, right? And we're all collectively healing that. And, you know, that brings me to my other point. Like, if you are straight, like, if, like, you are in a heterosexual straight union, you're going to heal from this too, because collectively we've all chosen separation at some point in our lives, and we all have these similar upsets. It just looks different on the outside. And I think that was like what you came to, where you were like, okay, even though it looks different on the outside as to the choice that was made here in both of our consciousness, it still was the same choice. It still was the same upset that we were here to heal. So yeah, how are you feeling now about like everything that you've healed? Is there anything else there that you want to maybe have somebody else guide you through?
I mean, sure.
Yeah. Does anyone feel guided to guide Stacia through an upset?
Everyone's scared.
How about Steph? Cool.
Hey.
Hi.
How are you feeling?
I feel kind of sad still. Yeah.
What's the sadness there for?
I guess feeling guilty that I had made these choices before, like of separation.
Right. Can you ever truly be separate from God?
No.
No.
Thank God.
Yeah, so is there any purpose to guilt? Does it serve you?
No.
No, guilt is one of those emotions that's just like a big black hole. It's just a leak, no purpose to it. So you can let it go. It doesn't serve you. Okay. What's underneath that?
Yeah, just sadness.
Is it okay to feel that? What does that sadness mean to feel loved?
Just a big hug.
Give her a great big hug. How perfect she is. How does that feel?
Yeah. It's it feels better. It just more love and forgiveness.
Yeah, good. Forgiveness. You recognize that God has already forgiven you the moment that you made the choice to experience your reality without Him. He already forgave you. So all you need to do is forgive yourself.
I choose to forgive myself.
And how does that feel, giving yourself that forgiveness?
It does feel good. It's just like this little which just still needs.
What is that? What is that little bad feeling that's left there?
Yeah, just more of the same thing, just still sad.
Yeah. What does she need? Feel loved. Can you ask her?
Yeah. She wants a hug.
Perfect. Sounds like she wants you to be present with her. Exactly.
Presents. Okay. Yeah, I choose to be present with myself.
Yeah, can you see the real her?
Yeah.
Behind perfection and purity and innocence here?
Oh, innocence. Yes.
Yeah. A lot of times when we feel we need to forgive ourselves, it's also a place that we've forgotten our innocence, so we can claim that back. No matter what choices you've made, you're innocent at the core. You were created perfect and pure, and nothing you ever do can ever change that.
That's a really good point, because sometimes I like forget about innocence.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Totally. Yeah. Yeah, God doesn't like go, oh my God, they made such horrible choices. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Right. He's like, yeah, you're just an innocent child of God. It's okay.
Yeah. That feels better now.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite quotes from Jeff and Shalea's. I think it was Shaleia that said something like, you know, God doesn't even recognize when we make choices that are out of alignment, because he didn't create ego. We did, essentially. We tried to, you know, create there separate from him. And so he doesn't even see it. It's not even real to him in any way, because if he were to recognize any choices of separation, that means to recognize that it's real, and it's not. So in any of those places, you just need to forgive yourself and claim your purity back and your innocence, because it's true. That you can't lose. You were created with that, and you're not powerful enough. Neither is God to ever change that, which is, I'm sorry, neither is ego to ever change that. So that's, you know, a blessing, but it feels powerful to know, like, oh, good. I'm never broken. I can't ever break myself or another. I just need to claim that.
Amen. So since you're on the line here, I was wondering if you wanted to like share about your experience with what we talked about, because I love something that I hear you say a lot, like that it's a gift. And so do you want to share like what that means, like, for your experience?
What exactly are you referring to?
About like being in a same-sex union, like what you've healed with that.
Yeah, totally. You know, any contrast that you experience in your life, in your experience, really is a gift, because it's a fast track to you choosing your true alignment with God. And so, yeah, I see like all the experiences I've had in my life, all of the like hard moments, like, you know, even the traumas and things like that. I can actually see the positive in it, which is it was so much contrast so that I could see what was out of alignment so deeply and so quickly, so I could choose God there quickly. And so like I feel like I'm 29, and I feel like I've lived a life like I should be like 80 years old at this point, because of all the things I've experienced. But that's simply because of the contrast that I've been through, right? And so like really claiming, you know, your power through those moments and remembering your divinity helps you to move through that. But yeah, being in a same-sex union for me has been a huge blessing, because it's like, I remember my whole life growing up, it's like I was exploring my masculinity really deeply, and he was exploring his femininity really deeply, and like really ruling out eternally any kind of doubts about me being the feminine. And so I would look in the mirror, and I would know that I was feminine, but I'd look in the mirror and I'd be like, this isn't me. I look so masculine. There's like something here that doesn't like match how I feel. And my body was always becoming like shifting and becoming more masculine for some reason. And I didn't understand why. And it felt really disempowering at the time, but I just kept exploring and healing through that. And yeah, as I started doing the inner work and really discovering me, because that's the point of inner work, is you get to meet parts of yourself, right? And figure out, really get clear on what's yours. And so as I started to do that, I started to really recognize my truth in a really deep way. And then my true twin flame was revealed to me as being in a woman's body, and Karen is transgender, female to male. And so it makes so much sense with my journey growing up. But now, like, I feel so safe to surrender into my femininity because of that, because I really deeply know, like, we've mastered masculinity and femininity, and like I really clearly know what's not mine here. So I can let him be my man instead of trying to be my man for myself, you know? Right. Yeah. And so there's no confusion here anymore about like what's my purpose in this relationship? My role, like how do I, through my feminine being, you know, have a relationship here? Yeah, so I think that's like clarity is the biggest thing, the biggest gift it's given me is I realized that how much work I've been doing my whole life. I found my twin flame journey started like 4 or 5 years ago, but oh no, it started when I was very young, like probably 5, 6 years old, when I began to kind of notice, hey, it's off. Like I don't see the world the same way as I feel like everyone else sees it, or I don't see myself the way I think that other people see me. And there's something here that I need to go deeper into. So yeah, like that's just the surface. I don't know if you want to share anything about what our union has really given you, or?
About the fact to be born in a female body. For me, it was really like helpful in a way that it's allowed me to really understand what is power, not like in the old way where man has power and can destroy everything, but really true power from God, which is peace. It's really helped me a lot to understand there and to find really peace. Because I think when you're a man like that, it's really easy to go back in the old way, this old pattern. But yeah, for me, at least for me, it was really helpful to heal that.
Yeah, Jeff and Shaleia.
I love that.
Yeah, Jeff and Shaleia, actually, I forget, I think they might have said it to Michaela, and Michaela passed it on to other people, but it was like something about like, why do same-sex or switch-sex unions happen? Like, why is there transgender people, basically? And I think Jeff said something about like, for men, it was like hiding from responsibility, and for women, it was like male to feminine, masculines in feminine bodies, and then feminines in a male body. And then the feminine in the male body was like wanting to feel more powerful or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm. Because Shaleia talked about a beauty influencer.
Oh yeah.
In, life purpose class.
Yes.
Who did that, and she like explained all that.
You wanna go deeper into what you mean by that? It's okay to say the person's name.
Oh, I don't know. She didn't say it in class, so I feel like I'm just gonna continue not saying it.
Okay, got it.
You know what I mean? You all know who it is, okay?
Yeah, I'll know who it is.
But yeah, it was just everything you were saying.
Yeah.
That, like, didn't feel like she would have been powerful and done the things that she'd done in a woman's body. But then it's like, well, you're still dressing like a woman and acting on your femininity. So it was like, what? Why? Like, why? It's just like silly illusions.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Yeah.
So I don't know if Drake wants to pull a card for Kieran and Stephanie.
Yeah. Good job, guys.
Okay, yeah. So I've had this card pulled for a long time, but it's yeah, it kind of just popped out like right when they started talking. So I said, all right, let me just save this. But it's spiritual connection, and it says this relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's really important. I mean, what I felt from this is just like, no matter how your twin flame incarnates, like it's still your twin flame. Like you guys have been together forever. So, and that's the bond, you know, like it's not an outside thing. It's not a body or like your body's a body. Your soul,
Amen.
different thing. Like you guys been together forever and will be continuing forever, so it doesn't really matter what body you're in.
I almost laugh. Like, I think like it's like we like went. It's like almost like we went shopping in the mall and we're like, let's buy the same outfit because that's what twins do. And then we were like, wait, no, we don't. We're still individuals. Like, I want to choose my body next go around. Yeah.
Yeah, but we accidentally always wear the same stuff.
It is funny.
Like the same color. I mean, not today because you put on this, but
Right.
it'll be like, oh, we're wearing black today. We're wearing green today.
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
not
like,
on purpose.
It isn't. I mean, like when you have the same consciousness, that stuff kind of just naturally happens. Like for instance, Isaiah and Sage are both wearing like a bluish green toned. Is that right? I can't tell. Is it gray?
No,
I'm wearing gray, but
Yeah.
Oh, I can't tell. The lighting makes it kind of look similar.
solidly gray, but
Yes.
sliding kind of over the camera.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's all good. Yeah.
Since we got you here, what has been your experience as you've kind of like come to understand yourselves and healing through, being transgender and having a switch sex union and stuff? Like what has come up for you?
what are you asking? Like,
What's been your experience? Yeah, share your experience, your healing of what you guys have been going through.
oh, just period is what we're healing. Okay,
Yeah.
sure. I completely resonate with what Shaleia had said in the class. For me, incarnating in the male body while being a woman was all about just feeling like I could be powerful and I could be respected in certain ways, and it was a misaligned belief because women are powerful, and women are intelligent, women are creative, women can do anything. But I remember as a little kid, as a girl or like an undercover girl, I say that.
I like that. Undercover.
Yeah. When I was a child, I had this thought that I always remember, and it was just all of a sudden I just had this thought, and I was like, I'm so glad I'm not a girl because women can't do anything. I literally thought that because I thought that based on what I saw in my community, that women could do certain things like be a housewife or be like a school teacher, but like not do things that are like, wow, like be like a mathematician or like a great author, or this was before Harry Potter, or you know what I mean? Like I was just like, wow, good thing that I'm, a boy. But then in the end I wasn't. So it's just been healing through that and feeling like when I fully claim my femininity, I'm still respected, and I can still be all of these things that I am. I can love science, and I can earn math, or I can, I don't know, just do whatever I really want to do that feels good to me, because that doesn't matter. It's just about being who I am at the core.
Amen.
So, yeah. And obviously, like a lot of women go through this. So it's like, I'm not alone. It's like, it's not like I'm like alone in my own little corner healing this. All women are moving through like something like this, who are like on the planet today. So that's been my experience. Yeah.
We're also talking about like what you guys brought up in the beginning. And, I asked Sage, and we were just talking it's like, what do you feel like the core is for us? Like why we chose this? And she was just saying safety. And I think also, what you were just talking about is, maybe you only felt safe being yourself, like, and being intelligent and all those things, like in the male body. And
yeah,
I think for me, like, it was about being emotional and sensitive. Like I'm the most sensitive being in the world,
yeah.
And it must have been very painful to be in a man's body and feel that way and not feel that I could actually be safe being that way. And
Wow.
so like this is that's why we chose this.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like, I sure as hell wasn't gonna have like some asshole dude twin flame. Like, because of who I was, there's no chance that I had some man who's like, I can't even do it. Like, he's like, oh, I don't give a shit about feelings. Like, fuck that. No, like, my twin flame was gonna be a sweetie. I always knew this, and I'm happy for that. And, I'm grateful for this experience too, because it's really empowering, to be able to heal through it and to be able to feel more deeper who we are, despite everything, despite the apparent block, So, yeah.
Yeah. Something I've recognized in like all of like just in consciousness in general is this like a misaligned thought form around the masculine energy. And it's kind of like what you pointed to, Isaiah, like, and we've talked about it in our like personal discussion groups too, like how the masculine's kind of looked at as like the bad guy. Like even in movies, like we were watching Korra, The Legend of Korra or whatever, and there's this the dark energy and the light energy, and the dark energy is a masculine and the light energy is feminine. And I was just like, why is that? And like even in the twin flame community, right, like there's this belief like the masculine is not awake and he's sitting there on not feeling his feelings and all this stuff. And I'm just like, and I'm like, no wonder we have so many men who've chosen a female body on this journey. No wonder, if that's our belief as a consciousness in what a man is. So, I would, if whoever feels guided, to help me out, I would love to heal this upset around like feeling like I'm the bad guy, like I'm meant to be this, mean masculine energy. Who feels called?
I can lead you.
Yes. Okay, cool. Okay. Sure. Yeah, like in this place, I just feel like really angry.
Yeah. I feel as masculine, some of us are moving through and move through a lot of anger because that's numbing, and that was like the only acceptable emotion as a man, right?
Yeah.
Yes, but we're just coming to the realization that that's not true. Yeah. So what's coming up for you right now?
Well, like when I started to transition, someone sent us like a hate mail that said like that I'm too emotional to be a man and that I'm just like a woman trying to pretend to be a man.
Yeah, allow all that to come up.
Men are emotional. Everyone here.
As a man who is feeling his feelings and you are present and you're here, you're healing the entire consciousness, and we're all healing this misalignment, and it's serving everyone by being emotional, feeling your feelings, and being yourself. Yeah. So do you see the sad part of you?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is he telling you? Or what is he asking for?
He's just asking for like acceptance, like unconditional acceptance as he is.
Yeah, can you give him all of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's perfect just the way he is.
Yeah.
All his feelings are valid.
Yeah, it's like this feeling of like that something could like take away his masculinity.
Yeah.
Like through liking something or through being something, and somehow through being himself or being vulnerable, that his masculinity would somehow be taken away because, oh, that's not masculine. Take that part away, you know?
Yeah. Sharing this, right? I resonate like really deeply with that, what you just shared. And it's really just a place of self-abuse.
Yes.
You know, because it's like in this place of masculinity, we abuse ourselves and our because we're like taking on the outsider societal perceptions of what a man should be. So
Right.
so we've internalized that, like Charlie shared that he loves Taylor Swift, right? And it's awesome, and I love that. And
Love it.
that's him, and that's incredibly masculine, and that's perfect. And there's nothing. It would only be ego that said that, oh no, that's not masculine, or some, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how are you feeling right now?
Empowered.
Yeah, do you choose to let go of abuse?
Yeah, I choose to let go of abuse.
How does that feel to let that go?
Relief and peace.
Good.
Thank you.
Cue the cards.
Yeah.
I'm just being goofy.
Good work.
Yeah. Thanks. Aw, see.
Yeah. I just, yeah. I don't know. I love it. And I don't know. Nothing can take away who you are. I don't know. I always loved you, even, before you came out, after you came out, it doesn't matter. You know?
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's how you know the difference between, like, divine relationships.
Oh, yeah. I mean, of all people, though, I wouldn't be like, oh, Ray, that's not you. I reject you. You can't come out as a man.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Definitely. Yeah.
But no, you're right, though. You're right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And a divine relationship with yourself, too.
Amen.
Meaning, not control and be able to surrender into the truth as you discover it,
Right.
Yeah. Trust God. Yeah.
Thank you, Sage.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Drake, it looks like you got something.
For Isaiah and Sage.
This is it's probably for both of you.
Yeah.
Both.
It's for all of us.
Yeah, basically, it's the underlying theme, right? It says, love who you are. You are a divine and wonderful person, deserving all the wonderful things that life has to offer.
Amen.
That's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, I don't think
Yeah.
I explain that card.
I choose to love myself for who I am. I love that. Yeah. Yeah, and I was like thinking about it too. I was like, when you were talking about Charlie, I was like, it is masculine to like Taylor Swift because Charlie likes Taylor Swift and Charlie's masculine, right? So it's like it's the same thing with me. Like, I like makeup. Like, I just think it's like beautiful. It's an art form. I love it when I see her do it. And like, it's like, it's masculine because I like it. You know?
It's
Yeah.
you.
Or some man could be a makeup artist. I mean, I love how Charlie just put in the chat, Taylor Swift is really good.
I love you, Charlie. You're so cute.
Oh my God. We have a really cute soul family.
Yeah.
Aww.
Charlie is our soul brother.
Yeah.
Aww. So sweet.
All the dudes in the soul family are like that. I know.
Yeah.
He's like, man, can you? And I'm like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
But what was I gonna say? Oh, no, I had the same thing. Like, well, the masculine can appreciate the feminine, you know, or something like that. And yeah, or women can appreciate the masculine or something like that. It doesn't really matter. You don't have to rationalize it or justify it, you know, but for example, like I wanted to say, you know, when I was a kid, I don't know, I liked dinosaurs and I liked action figures and I liked tools. Like when I was really little, I would always just ask my dad everything about all the tools in the garage because he had a huge assortment of them. And I just wanted to know all about them. And I've healed a lot in that place of feeling like, well, I never knew I was a girl. I seemed like a boy. What the fuck? You know, I'm not good enough. But it's like, no, that's not true. You know, a woman can be interested in anything. You don't have to rationalize it, you know? It's just like, I don't know. Who cares?
Can I share something, guys, with you? I really resonate with this core wound that Ray shared and Stephanie as well. You know, this confusion. When I was child, I was very, very feminine, and my relatives were telling my parents, watch him, because I was expressing like in a very feminine way. And after my, let's say, 11 years old, 12 years old, because of the school, I had to behave like a man because I'm supposed to be a man. And I felt really like I was not being myself. And when I got to my 20s, I could start to be myself again, but I started to feel very weak because there is a false belief that the divine feminine is weaker than the divine masculine. The divine masculine is strong, and the divine feminine is very fragile. So yeah, I used to have this upset, and nowadays I feel myself like I'm starting to discover myself. I can be myself. I can express exactly how I am, who I am. Sometimes I look at the mirror and I just ask myself who I am, who am I? I think it's part of the process when we discover, you know, our true divine self.
Definitely. This is so beautiful. While you're on, is there anybody in the comments? I know you were yielding some of the comments. Anybody in the comments sharing anything that you want to bring up?
Sonia Braga said, I'm separated. My divine masculine past 8 months. He's stuck with his ex. I'm depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can heal this through the mirror exercise. It doesn't matter if you are the divine masculine or divine feminine. Your twin flame loves you exactly who you are. Just need to discover yourself and you be with a twin flame because you are union with a twin flame at the core.
Amen. Casey, I saw you wanted to say something.
I was gonna, before that, do we want to help Renato heal now?
Oh.
I'm sorry, you're like moving really fast and you weren't like chilling out. So
you were trying to go to the comments. Okay, so yeah, that works for me.
Yeah.
We'll get back to you in a second, Casey.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Renato, how are you feeling?
I just feel my feelings. Yeah, I feel like an upset is coming up. I feel frustrated because I don't know how to express my true divine self.
Oh, like, okay. So aren't you just enough, like, as you are now, like, perfect in every way?
Yeah, I'm already perfect.
So what does this part of you need to feel loved?
Just needs love and a hug.
Yeah. Just give all the love to yourself right now.
Yeah, I choose to love myself unconditionally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can express yourself freely, however, whatever feels good for you.
Yeah, God loves me exactly who I am. I don't need to pretend anything. I don't need to please anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I just can be myself.
Mm-hmm.
I think I feel this pressure. It's not from other people or from the community. I think I pressure myself sometimes. Like I feel deeply like I am the divine feminine. I'm really, really feminine, but I feel this pressure of sometimes I'm supposed to wear different clothes. It's not something like I need to, but I need to change something. Otherwise, I'm not feminine enough.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
And as you heal, you may feel like inspiration to do more things, but it needs to be from that place of love.
Amen.
So you just have to, continue to heal all of these parts of you, and then go with God and imagine what you do want to express on the outside. But there's nothing you have to do to be feminine. Feminine is all within. And I can feel that. It's just your insides.
Yeah, and nothing changes through pressure or control. It's only like a temporary band-aid. It doesn't feel good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's interesting because I don't have this conscious pressure. It's not something I tell myself like I'm supposed to wear different. It's something like underneath.
Yeah.
Like I'm not doing enough. I'm not being myself. Who am I?
Right. And sometimes it can be almost overwhelming, right? But the point is, and what Stasia was kind of pointing to, is taking the first guided step from God. What is it that God wants you to focus on right now, and claiming your femininity deeper? What feels good there? And maybe, for me, it was getting a haircut, because I just was so depressed with hair in my face, and I would always put my hair back, and it just, getting my haircut was what God was telling me to do. And then once I got my haircut, it unlocked this door for me of just all these beautiful things that I was feeling about who I was. And then from that point, it was, going clothing shopping, and I got super triggered and upset, and I was looking at clothes and I was like, I don't know if this is my size. I don't think this is my style. What is my style? And I just explored. And there was stuff I bought that I was like, nope, I'm going to return that. There was stuff I bought.
Take back half the damn clothes.
I mean, it is COVID and we couldn't try stuff on, but still. And yeah, that was what God was guiding me to. And now at this point right now, God's been guiding me to get a binder and look at, getting T-shots and things like that, right? That's something that God's guiding me to next. And it doesn't matter how fast you do it or what you do or whatever, you're a divine feminine. At some point or another, whether in this life or the next, you're going to be in a female body, right? And so, because you've made the conscious awareness, you've had the contrast, I want to be my authentic self, right? So yeah, you can take your time, right? It doesn't have to be something of pressure, but if there's something underlying, something God's telling you, right? Listen to God, right? Don't be afraid to just try things, right? And I didn't show off hair or show off certain things that I was doing until I felt good and comfortable with that with the world too. So, just explore and just listen to what God's guiding you to.
Yeah, I think you guys in Harmonious Union maybe have this experience. When I was in union, physical union with my twin flame, we used to go always to buy clothes and he was showing me clothes like, try this one. And I was very, was like, but Chris, it looks a bit feminine. And he was like, yeah, but I don't know why you look so beautiful. So I think your twin flame
Aww.
always help you in a certain way.
Yes. Oh, we
You
were
are
just
right.
talking about this too, because I was like Stasia, like, you know, she never pressures me into like doing something. Like, that's not how that works. But it's like, you know, I can talk to her and she without worrying about hurting my feelings or something, will tell me like, yeah, that's not you. Like, come on. Like, and then like really helps me to just sit with that and like, you know, feel into that. And, you know, it was like one day, like when I had my long hair and and I had stopped pulling it back, she's like, I just don't see you. Like, you just don't look like you. Like, I cannot recognize you with long hair. Like, you know, whatever. And I was like, well, the only reason I always wanted short hair, but the only reason why I never got the short hair was because I was afraid of looking masculine. Right. And then we like healed some stuff and I was like, I want to cut my hair. And so like I got my hair cut like, and right before, like I was showing her pictures and we were just feeling out like if that was like me or if I was trying to be someone else. And yeah, your twin flame is there to really guide you and love you in those places, right? I do the same thing. Like I'll pick out, you know, clothes or makeup for her and this would look really pretty on you or something. And
well, actually, yeah, Ray had like 4 bottles of this foundation, and I'm like, this is like my color. I don't know how you got this color, but okay.
Right, I bought the wrong color, and it just so happened to be her exact color, right? Like, you know, just like you gotta trust God. Like that's just all I'm gonna say. You gotta just trust God because, you know, within your union, like everything that you're doing, every step you're taking is together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I did wear those clothes, and I was actually, I do look good, and I was feeling so good and happy, and he was looking at me, his eyes were shining to me, like we were so in love of each other because I was enjoying how I was dressing. It was really, yeah, they reflect this back to you.
Aw, beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Drake, do you have a card for Renato? Yeah? Cool.
Yeah, it's spend some quality time together. It is imperative that we spend quality time with those we are in significant relationships with, listening and talking to each other. But this is just about yourself. It's about spending time with your divine self, right? With God, and allowing Him to show you your divine self.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you, Drake.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's not a rush, you know. It's a lovely journey because you're just doing it with God, and He's constantly revealing more of yourself. So you can look forward to that. It's really fun.
Yeah, I choose to embrace my true divine self.
Good.
How are you feeling, Renato?
I feel good.
Good.
Really good.
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 Awesome.
So I believe
Casey had something to share.
Share.
Well, a few days ago, my claim coaches, Ray and Anastasia, Ray told me, how do you feel about giving? And I'm like, seriously? I knew Ray's going to say I'm a divine masculine. And I was triggered for 30 minutes, roughly.
I don't know.
And I was crying and stuff. And I asked questions like, I'm short. I'm 5 feet. How can I be a man if I'm that short? And then I went, oh, wait. I know there's a couple that's where a man is short, so I think I'm fine. And then the next, I came up with a bunch of funny excuses. Oh, yay, but you're 5'1".
Aww.
Anyway, I'm like, what was the next funny excuse was, I don't even like beer. I don't.
Neither do
I
I.
don't even like beer.
Neither do I.
And then I went, well, it's a Chinese beer, but it tastes like liquid pretzels. Ugh. and and then the next part of the session, Ray asked, "What do you want to do the first thing?" And I went, "I've been stopping myself from buying something from Ascension, like many months ago. I stopped myself from buying the Ascension of bow ties. I always wanted to wear the bow ties and the floral on it. Like, I love a floral print, but it doesn't sit well with me on the skirt or on the hair as a hair ties. But the bow ties, it really resonates, or as a skinny tie. And so that's what I did. And then I bought button top shirts. And this shirt I'm wearing, I had it for years. So this is before I actually say it out loud and my pronouns out loud. So it's right there all along.
Yeah.
To answer that comment, it's like, well, am I DF or a DM? Be honest, start with it by claiming authentic self and then go from there. It's like what's within me will shine out. And because whenever I try to do DF, it's like I hit the wall or something. I mean, but I went all in of being a divine feminine, actually. And I remember seeing the post that Ray wrote as Rachel. Sorry, it's so weird, but there's a point to it. Ray went all in being a divine feminine. And he learned from it. And it went boom. I went all in of being a divine feminine summers ago, month ago actually, or 2 months, I can't remember. But I went all in, like I bought skirts and everything. And I mean, it still looked pretty on me, but it's not, like, it doesn't really give that juicy, that vibe feeling to express. It feels, I mean, it's not like I'm saying that I was ugly as a girl, it's just like there's better,
It didn't feel authentic, is what you're saying.
Or more vibing out, more expansive, not restrictive, and just keep it narrow. And by the way, I'll be having my haircut next Saturday at 2. So I'm super excited and I'm happy. And of course, ever since I affirmed and DM, and my workplace and my school, my peers, all accepted.
Yeah, you've been having so many breakthroughs since this realization. Like it's like breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough. And like that's what it is. Like when you're on this journey, claiming your authentic self, like not being afraid of what's going to happen, but just being your authentic self, you're going to see nothing but breakthroughs, right? It's when you try to hide from who you are, which is completely arrogant, right? It's arrogant to not claim your divinity, to not claim who you are. And so, that's separation. What you want to do is you want to really claim, like, who am I? Get to know yourself. For the people, for the woman that commented in the chat, like, getting to know who you are is a step for your twin flame to really see you for who you are. When I went all in looking like a lady, she did not really recognize me, but now that like I'm, really claiming my authentic self, and I like let down my walls in front of her and really show her who I am, it's like, oh duh, you're my twin flame. Oh my God, of course. And
yeah, I mean, I still had a lot of sounds.
You did, yes. I mean, so did I. But and yeah, I feel like too, it's something that is really within you, Like, it's your journey, your personal journey. And so, like, although, like, no one can really, like, tell you who you are or how to feel or anything like that, like, you know, having a coach to be able to kind of, like, help guide you when you start hitting these walls, right? Like, Case, you were really hitting walls. And, you know, these patterns started showing up, and we were like, Case, these patterns are happening. Well, what do we think about this, right?
Yeah.
And so it was like, you know, we were able to partner with you to help you find places that you weren't really looking at, so that you could have those breakthroughs, right? And that's what a coach is for, right? And so, you know, what I would suggest for anybody who's watching, like, you know, go get a coach. It's such an amazing experience to have a coach. We all have coaches here, and it's so helpful on your journey. You know, you're not alone. You get to claim God's support, you know, through one of these Ascension coaches that we have, right? And so if you're interested in coaching, I'm sure there will be a link in the description box or in the comments below for you to go check that out. But yeah, it's you know, it's safe to have that support on this journey, for sure. Cool.
Yeah. We did not pull a card for Casey.
Yeah, let's pull a card for Casey.
Okay, yeah. So the card that I got is I love you. These are very important words.
Aww.
Yeah. That's God to you. Yep. He's very, very happy. Very happy.
Yeah. How does that feel, Casey?
It feels good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're really proud of you. Beautiful. So does anyone else, we're almost about to hit time. Does anybody else have any other comments or things they want to share before we end? No?
No,
Feels good? Feels complete. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for coming today. If you're watching us on the Church of Union YouTube, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. We come out with great content on this channel, and we hope to see you next week. All right. See you later. Bye, guys.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.